It's Thursday, June 26th. In the headlines, government launches $1 billion solidarity program. U.S. visa applicants must make social media public. And Jamaica is leading the charge for the rollout of key aspects of the CARICOM single market and economy. In business news, global oil prices are down, but Jamaican gas prices are up. Regionally, St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew seeks clarity on reported visa ban. And in sports, Reggae Boys out of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. A $1 billion boost is on the way for some 50,000 of Jamaica's most vulnerable citizens. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness on Wednesday launched the new Solidarity Program at Jamaica House, designed to provide targeted support through a one-time $20,000 grant. The initiative will support groups including the elderly, unattached youth, people with disabilities, low-income earners, and Jamaicans without key documents like a birth certificate or TRN. Those already receiving and under programs like PATH, the Social Pension, or NIS will not qualify for the new benefit. At the launch, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness emphasized the government's commitment to lifting Jamaicans out of poverty and creating lasting opportunities.
Would be those persons who are not captured at all in the social safety net. So they get nothing from the state. And they may very well be looking on and seeing, their neighbor getting a social pension, their neighbor's children getting CSEC support, getting PATH, or they may not be on PATH themselves. And they are wondering, they hear the Prime Minister talk about people being employed and there is growth in the economy. But what about me?
He explained that applicants will receive the cash support only after registering in the National Social Safety Net, ensuring long-term access to government services.
So this is what is described as a conditional cash transfer. It is conditional on the person receiving the transfer to become formally registered in the social safety net so that you can continue with formal benefits over time directly. That's what it is.
For more information, Jamaicans can visit payout.gov.jm or contact the Ministry of Labour and Social Security at 876-922-5112. Jamaica is actively participating in consultations on the rollout of key aspects of the CARICOM single market and economy, the CSME. The CSME, established in 2001 under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, is designed to create a single economic space across the Caribbean, allowing for the free movement of goods, services, people, and capital. Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith says progress is being made, but the process is complex, with detailed work needed across areas like financial integration, trade regulation, and legal reform. The CSME includes major components like the free movement of skilled nationals, the removal of trade barriers, and the right for citizens to establish businesses in other CARICOM states, all without work permits or visas. Minister Johnson-Smith says various regional bodies are helping to move the process forward. Coming out of the most recent Heads of Government conference, CARICOM leaders agreed to a 3-year transitional period, giving member states time to fine-tune systems and processes. During that transition, Jamaicans and other CARICOM nationals will still need a CARICOM skills certificate to work across the region. But the minister says work is underway to streamline the system. Minister Johnson Smith was speaking at a recent Jamaica Information think tank. In a new development that could affect thousands of students and exchange visitors, the U.S. Embassy in Kingston is advising all applicants for F, M, and J non-immigrant visas to make their social media profiles public. The embassy says the move is part of a more rigorous vetting process aimed at verifying applicants' identity and admissibility to the United States. The F visa is issued to academic students, the M visa to vocational students, and the J visa to exchange visitors. According to a notice posted on the embassy's website, the change falls under a new presidential proclamation aimed at enhancing national security. That proclamation, which took effect just after midnight on June 9, 2025, suspends or limits visa issuance and entry for nationals of certain countries deemed potentially security risks. The embassy notes that individuals affected by the proclamation may still apply and attend visa interviews, but approval is not guaranteed. For more details, applicants are being urged to visit travel.state.gov. Jamaica is marking a new milestone in road safety. The Toll Authority has launched the first ever Toll Road Safety Week, running from June 22nd to June 28th under the theme, Driving Forward, Safer Roads, Stronger Communities. The week was officially proclaimed by Governor General Sir Patrick Allen in May. Speaking at a Jamaica Information Service think tank this week, Toll Authority CEO Jerome Palmer says the activities of the week are being done to raise awareness around safety on Jamaica's tolled highways.
So after you review the data, you understand how safe the roads are. That's one. I think based on perception, when you are not under the microscope, persons don't know about you. The work of the Toll Authority, along with the supporting the National Road Safety Council in their endeavors for road safety, it was necessary for there to be a Toll Road Safety Week. Its importance cannot be stressed enough because this road is seeing some of the highest speeds nationally.
Mr. Palmer says toll roads are currently the safest to travel in Jamaica, thanks to strict compliance and monitoring systems already in place.
But when you're using the toll road, when you're using the soft shoulder, if it's there for more than 30 minutes, a call will be made for a vehicle has been parked there just for it to be pounded. And of course, it would be great for you to be in your vehicle so you can explain to them that you're there so your vehicle is not pounded. If it is that your vehicle lost its wheel and you're going to leave your car because it was in an accident or some emergency, ensure that somebody is there with your vehicle. While driving, keep left, overtake on the right. Very, very important.
The week kicked off Sunday with a church service in Kingston. A stakeholder forum was set for Wednesday, bringing together key players like Trans-Jamaican Highway and the Jamaica North-South Highway Company. And on Thursday, Toll Authority staff will take part in governance training led by the Ministry of Finance to ensure full alignment with national standards.
And it's very important in this week that while we are pushing toll road safety, we are also championing, compliance internally within our entity. Very, very important.
The Governor General is calling on all Jamaicans to celebrate the authority's impact on road safety and the transformation of our transportation system. Time now for the Business Report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. While oil prices fall globally, Jamaican drivers will pay more at the pump. Global crude oil prices fell sharply on Tuesday on the ceasefire between Israel and Iran. The price of American benchmark crude West Texas Intermediate Cushing for August delivery fell by US $4.14 or 6% to close at $64.37 per barrel. The British benchmark crude North Sea Brent blend dropped by $3.66 or 5% to $67.82 per barrel. However, in Jamaica, all categories of fuel will see increases effective Thursday. Each gas station will make adjustments to the prices, which include a markup on the ex-refinery rate offered by Petrojam. The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, through its 20 agencies and departments, hosted its flagship SME Business Roadshow at the Manning School in Westmoreland last Wednesday, June 18. A total of $3 million in grants was awarded through the micro and small business pitch competitions, with 5 small business winners receiving $400,000 each and 5 micro businesses winners receiving $200,000 each. There were 40 separate exhibitors who showcased a wide range of products from fresh farm, produce, jewelry, beauty products, agro-processed products, and novel ICT services. The next stop on the MSME Business Roadshow is scheduled for Manchester in July. Tropical Battery is again extending the closing date for its $1.79 billion additional public offer, APO, of shares. The company says institutional investors such as pension funds and insurance companies need more time to assess the viability of the issue. This extension will result in the offer being closed on July 4, following an earlier extension from June 6 to June 20. For the trading period ending June 25, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Alternative energy provider Wigton Energy Limited with 2,760,699 units traded, representing 16.55% of market sales volume. Toll road operator Trans-Jamaica Highway Limited with 2,137,764 units traded, representing 12.82% of market sales volume. Caribbean investment conglomerate JMB Group Limited with 1,571,458 units traded, representing 9.42% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On June 25, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $73.39 million purchased and US $67.29 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $1.80 per dollar, selling the US at $161.28 and buying the US at $159.48. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders 54 cents per transaction, with selling at $117.57 and buying at $117.03. The British pound yielded Forex traders $3 in profits, with selling at $219.44 and buying at $216.44. For our credit report tip of the day, when life gives you a fresh start, your credit score can be the catalyst that propels you forward. By improving your credit, you don't just gain access to financing, you gain the confidence and freedom to pursue new goals without the burden of collateral. Embrace this opportunity to rewrite your financial story and unlock the resources you need to build the life you envision. Here are some ideas. Qualify for lines of credit. Banks and online lenders may extend unsecured lines of credit based on your credit worthiness alone. Additionally, you can have a reduced need for co-signers. A strong credit score means you're less likely to need a co-signer for loans or leases. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, nearly a week after reports surfaced about possible changes to U.S. visa policies affecting some Caribbean nations, questions still remain. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terence Drew, says his government is actively engaging diplomatic channels to seek clarity, but has received no official communication to date. SKN's Glenn Bart reports.
Almost 1 week after a Washington Post article disclosed that several Caribbean countries were added to a proposed U.S. visa travel ban list, there is still no official communication from the U.S. government with the Caribbean countries named in the leaked document. Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, a guest on the ZIZ radio program The Edge, hosted by Ebony Brandon on 20th June, confirmed that the St. Kitts and Nevis government has been using diplomatic channels to obtain clarity on the matter since the article appeared in the Washington Post. However, Prime Minister Drew indicated that as of 20th June, there was no communication from the U.S. government on the matter and no confirmation of the said list, even after a diplomatic meeting with the U.S. State Department. The Prime Minister said the St. Kitts and Nevis government was taking the matter seriously.
So again, I will report, have we received a formal document based on what was reported in the news media? No, we have not. Have our embassy in the United States been in touch with the State Department? Yes, with the other countries to be proactive about it. Are we awaiting more information? Yes, we are awaiting more information. And so we'll continue to be in touch and continue to update our people. But as far as I can report now, everything is normal. Our people can travel to the United States. They can apply for a visa to the United States of America. Everything remains totally normal. If things were to change, I would update our people and make sure that they have the relevant information. But I want to say to our people that we have taken this seriously. It is our number one priority in terms of our foreign service, that we deal with this report that came by means of a news medium, specifically the Washington Post, and subsequently others would have picked it up.
The Caribbean islands added to the proposed visa travel ban list, according to the Washington Post article, were Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, St. Lucia, and St. Kitts and Nevis. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
The Grenadian government is one step closer to marijuana reform. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says the first draft of proposed legislation has been received, with plans to have the bill read in Parliament as early as July. The draft outlines decriminalization for small personal use, limited home cultivation, and paves the way for a regulated medicinal marijuana industry. Beverly Telesford reports.
Government has received the first draft of legislation on marijuana reform from legal drafters with the goal of passing the bill by July. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell provided the update on Tuesday.
We have received the first draft of the legislation from the legal drafters. We are intending actually next Monday to have a further deep dive on this issue. And thereafter, we're hoping that the draft bill can be settled and that we can actually be in Parliament as early as July to be able to pass the legislation, or at least have it read in the lower house.
The intent is to decriminalize the use of marijuana in small quantities and to allow the cultivation of a limited number of cannabis plants for personal use. The specific limits will be defined as part of the policy framework. The proposed legislation will also lay the groundwork for medicinal, industrial, commercial, religious, and sacramental use of marijuana. From a commercial standpoint, the government is focused on developing a medicinal marijuana industry.
From an industry commercial perspective, we are seeking to enact legislation that will actually permit, by licensing and permitting process, the growth and development of a medicinal marijuana industry.
Government is also looking at addressing past convictions related to marijuana possession.
As part of this process, we are also looking to have an amnesty or expunging of records for persons who would have been convicted of possession of marijuana in the past, up to whatever is the amount that we agree upon would be permissible for small personal use.
Acknowledging the challenges ahead, Prime Minister Mitchell noted that it will be no walk in the park.
I want to emphasize that this is not a straightforward and simple matter because Grenada, like most of the world, is a signatory to certain treaty conventions addressing the use of narcotics, and we have to comply with our international obligations in relation to those issues as well.
He also clarified that the legal use of marijuana would likely be restricted to individuals aged 21 and older. Strict regulations will remain in place, including a probable ban on public smoking and a zero-tolerance policy near educational institutions. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
In sports, we begin on the field with football. Jamaica's Reggae Boys are now out of the CONCACAF Gold Cup after a heavy 4-1 defeat to Panama in Texas this week. The loss at the Q2 Stadium marks the first time since 2009 that Jamaica has failed to make it past the group stage. Panama's Ismael Diaz delivered 3 goals. Thomas Rodriguez added a 4th in the second half. Jamaica's only goal came from Amari Bell in the 27th minute, but it wasn't enough to turn the tide. To make matters worse, Guatemala's 3-2 win over Guadeloupe pushed them ahead in Group C. Jamaica finishes 3rd, ending their tournament run early. In other news, we turn to cricket. West Indies have set realistic goals for a new World Test Championship, says skipper Roston Chase. The newly appointed captain, who takes charge in his first test against Australia this week, pointed out that the aim in this cycle is to finish between 4th and 6th on the points table. West Indies will play 14 games during the new cycle from 2025 to 2027. The Bajan all-rounder added that discussions with new test coach Darren Sammy has centered around setting realistic goals, one of which is to improve the 8th place finish in the 2023-2025 cycle.
We had our meetings and stuff about the new cycle, and we wanted to be realistic in the goals that we set going forward. So right now we are currently at 8 or 9. So we said obviously we don't want to set goals that are beyond our reach, set our hats too high. So we said if we could finish between 4th and 6th, because we have 14 games in this cycle. So if we could win 44% of those games, that would put us in a position at the end of the cycle to be around 4th or 6th, looking at the points that have been over the last 2 cycles. Yeah, I think you can expect positive cricket from us. I mean, as I said, the game is evolving, so we're looking to play with a bit more flair and bring back that Caribbean style to the game. And we're just looking forward to making the Caribbean nation proud. And I just want to ask the fans to just support the boys, true and true. Whether we win, we lose, we draw, whatever happens, just support and wish the best for the guys.
And that's it for the news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thank you for watching.